Picture this, in the midst of a vibrant city, where people hurry, rival, and showcase, one man walks serenely. No phone clutched in his hand, no headset talk, no stress carved on his features. Dressed in plain clothes, he seems neither rich nor poor, just completely free. As the crowd swarms around him tracking stocks, rushing to meetings, flaunting styles, seeking approval, he proceeds as if immune to the madness, because he is. He isn't hustling, selling, or racing forward. And that's exactly what makes him powerful. He's disconnected from the system that traps us all. He measures his worth not by riches, followers, or status. He ignores your opinion on his achievement. He avoids ladders leading to emptiness. He marches to his own rhythm, his own values. In a world built for reliance, that's sheer rebellion. In a society where money is chased like air, the one who stops is a threat not by hurting, but by representing a question that unsettles the crowd. What if freedom is not in gaining, but in letting go of needs? What if success is liberation, not accumulation? What if the game is rigged, and he just left the field? The system trembles at such a question. For that man, free from the chase for cash, isn't playing, he's rising above it, and nothing frightens the structure more than someone unmoved by its offers. Let me reveal a rarely spoken truth. Our society ain't just based on money, it's rooted in your desire for it, your fear of lack, of poverty, of isolation, of judgment. Every major industry, education, advertising, media, technology sells not only products, but a story. Your life has value only if profitable. Grind or be called lazy. Want more or be seen as unambitious. Comfort means weakness, fatigue, strength. Think about it. From youth, you're trained that success equals earnings, that your time counts only when paid, that rest brings guilt and play is childish unless monetized. Schools now abandon curiosity for conformity, training you to chase degrees for jobs, then handing you to companies promising meaning, but delivering duties, deadlines, and dependence. The brutal fact, without money hunger, you're a bad consumer. Contentment hurts business. Independence breaks the system, and breaks are hated. So, you're labeled lazy, irresponsible, dreamy, broke. But those labels aren't truths, they're leashes, devices to keep you in cycles, forever chasing the unattainable, always inadequate. But what if the one who quits the chase isn't lost, but grounded? If the modest liver isn't failing, but winning? If rejecting money obsession and weakness, but wisdom? Erich Fromm once asked, if I am what I have and if what I have is lost, then who am I? The system hates that question, yet you must face it, for without it, you're not living, you're just surviving. The gap between is huge. Erich Fromm stated, real wealth is not having more, but needing less. He went further. The truly rich man is not the one who has much, but the one who is no longer controlled by the fear of not having. Take that in. Most chase money not from love, but fear of its absence, fear of criticism, failure, invisibility. Yet what if the one unafraid of poverty, secure in his core no matter the funds, is the richest of all? Henry David Thoreau understood this ages before life became endless business. He withdrew from the noise, the grind, the expectations, building a simple cabin by walled and pond not to escape life, but to discover it. Called poor, he wasn't. He had enough food, shelter, time to think, write, walk, be. His real wealth escaped most magnates, freedom. Thoreau didn't seek to defeat the system, he simply left it. From a distance, he saw, the more you need, the more you can be owned. The less you want, the less you can be bought. Fromm echoed this truth later, warning that modern humans are enslaved not by chains, but by desires. We ask not about our being, but our possessions. We pursue not meaning, but upgrades. Our identity ties to wallets, not souls. Yet here's the bold idea, without fear of poverty, bribes don't work. Promises of luxury fail, threats of shortage fall silent. The one unafraid of need can finally choose freedom. Let's go deeper. What's the inner world of someone freed from money, who wakes without worrying over financial climbs or paycheck approvals? From what I've seen, they live not to consume, but to experience, observe, create, enjoy. Joy comes not from purchases, but moments, conversations, silence, walks in nature, slow books, thoughtful meals. These riches escape taxes or marketing. They are value, not wear it. They avoid symbols to prove worth, it's inherent. They fear no loss. Having left the game, theirs is a world of being, not owning. Indeed, they've regained the core of childhood, worn away by years, wonder, play, curiosity without price. They've reclaimed enjoying without owning, connecting without buying, being without show. Happiness comes from experiences, not things. This makes them deeply, peacefully, unbreakably strong. When happiness ignores markets, rules, or wages, you become what terrifies the modern world, an uncontrollable, unbought, uncheckable person. So, how to live this? How to break the grip of money, status, constant wanting? Thoreau gave a plan centuries ago, still perfect. He believed freedom comes not from gathering, but reducing needs. Every possession, dependency, luxury binds you. Add bonds, get more tangled. Thoreau lived it, moving to Walden not to hide, but to examine from outside. He built his cabin by hand, grew food, lived simply, revealing a key truth: reduce wants, increase freedom. Not poverty power, not deprivation clarity. When you stop chasing bigger homes, fancier cars, lavish clothes, you free up riches beyond money, time, energy, mind. No longer tied to hated jobs, supporting unloved lives. Say no without fear. Leave without regret, having trimmed to essentials and found them enough. Thoreau wrote, "A man is rich in proportion to the number of things which he can afford to let alone." Let that sink in. Fewer musts mean fewer controls. Minimalism avoids emptiness. It dodges ownership. With only basics, each thing matters more. The space created, your true life begins. Now, dig even deeper. Thoreau showed simple living. Erich Fromm explained its heart. He warned that society hypnotizes us into confusing owning with being. Cars set status, salaries intelligence, things worth. We've created a world where visibility, likes, validation create you. Yet Fromm flipped it. True fulfillment doesn't come from having. It comes from being present, alive, free, connected to self in ways that can't be sold, liked, or monetized. He called it being mode versus having mode. The difference is total. In having, you want forever, fear losing, become greedy, anxious, vulnerable. Value changes with bank, image, accomplishments. In being, you're grounded, enough by nature. No proof required. You live richly, meaningfully, calmly. Importantly, such lives resist modern traps. Ads don't work. Idols don't impress. Conformity fades. For value is inside. They don't need to conquer worlds for power. Knowing self is enough. That's true wealth. So, the question: do you collect or become? Measure life by what you own or what remains when stripped? Fromm's idea, simple, shakes the foundation of consumerism. Choosing being over having sets you free. In today's time, that's deeply dangerous. Let's be clear, money isn't the enemy, it's a tool, building, maintaining, feeding, sheltering. But we flipped it, stopped using, started idolizing. Made it king, measure, identity. That's where the danger lies. When freedom depends on balances, it's trade, not liberty. Think of the masses trading time, energy, health, principles for pay not by choice, but force. They stay silent in meetings for security, stay in toxic jobs for fake safety, agree when souls protest to keep the cash. That's not wealth, it's quiet suffering. Yet the twist: stopping the fear of losing money allows speaking truth, living whole, choosing right over easy. Without panic over shrinking accounts, bigger questions emerge. Does this align with my soul? Am I building a life I respect or just surviving? The system says money is freedom. Wrong. Detachment is freedom. Mastering wants is freedom. The power to walk away, refuse, live self-directed, that's real wealth. Not rejecting money, but dethroning it. So, what does living beyond money look like? What builds strong, grounded, unmanipulable people? From thinkers like Thoreau and Fromm, and society's constant push for effort, I see for foundations inner strengths freeing financially, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. First, freedom from artificial wants. Our culture creates constant lack. Ads, trends, influencers say you're not enough without buying. But the one who questions that voice is halfway free. They skip trends, avoid comparisons, ask simple power. Do I want this? Or was I taught to? That awareness breaks greedy cycles. Second, independent values. Many carry unexamined beliefs, family, school, society hand-me-downs without question. But those who build their own ideas of success, happiness from inner truth, become unbreakable, without need for approval, with solid beliefs. Conformity's pull weakens. Third, self-emotional support. In a world relying on praise, attention, distractions for balance, the one who reflects alone, finds joy in self, stays calm without outside input, holds power. Happiness comes from within, creation, living now, not objects. That strength isn't bought or borrowed, it's built. Fourth, rarely tried social courage, walking lone paths despite confusion, rejecting standards, giving up approval, risking weird, lazy, idealist labels for true over fake life. That bravery shakes, unsettles by reflecting compromises, yet inspires, naturally, realness earns respect. These four want freedom, value independence, emotional self-reliance, social bravery, build unbribable, unknowable, uncontrollable life. In systems selling fake happiness, such freedom rebels. Let's not soften it. Choosing not to chase money will cost not in feared hunger or need, but in respect. Society will misunderstand. Tags will come, lazy, uninterested, failure, not for your reality, but your reflection of their conditioning. You'll see looks when claiming simplicity, turning down misfit opportunities, skipping high-pay roles that drain time, energy, peace. They'll not get it. Okay. For your gains are invisible to them. Maybe unbelievable. Time that's yours, not scheduled. Space for thought, bonds, clarity from no distractions or approval chases. Above all, an unbuyable, an unranked prize, freedom to live values, create without rush, speak truths, move slowly, wake without dread. That rare thing causes misunderstanding. Friends may fade, relationships end, family worries over lost drive. Yet invisible, you've not abandoned life, you've started your own. Twist, without money to prove worth, worth shows itself, movable, visible in walk, talk, refusing old patterns. That quiet confidence, free from notice, that's treasure, the uncommon road's reward. Now, why does this rejection disturb, threatening modern structure? Because leaving the chase changes not just you, it undoes the system. First, economically, growth depends on endless consumption. You're told to buy, upgrade, desire, satisfaction, without devices, clothes, trips, disrupts profits from weakness. You deny the machine, making you useless to those profiting from fear. Second, politically, stories rely on fear of shortage, others, loss. Unscared by losing money, status, approval, hard to tempt or silence, thinking for self, voting clear, resisting pressure. That independence terrifies leaders. Third, psychologically, your peace reflects, mirrors bother, contentment highlights their chaos. Freedom exposes chains, without judging, your life accuses. So, responses, weird tags, pulls back in. For your truth challenges, there's a weight most avoid. In the end, society fears not the poor, but the sovereign, not the undesigning, the unneeding one, the bia over caver. That's the peak danger of rarity. So, how to become this? The non-chaser, fearless, self-defined. Fromm and Thoreau didn't just criticize, they showed the way out. No forced retreat or wealth dump required. It starts quietly, powerfully. Simplify home and mind. Cut noise, clutter, urges. Review spending in spirit. What useless purchases? Which once planted by ads? Not heart. Go deep. List non-negotiables, values above pay. Maybe honesty, family time, health, creativity. Name, right, protect them. Knowing what's unsellable, stop selling self for comfort or praise. Then, invest smart, not in stocks or titles, but in being. Take in ideas, read without hurry, think deeply, make by hand, alone time, not avoidance, but refinding. For free living requires knowing self, growth, in extra its main work. Slowly, reduce money dependence, not suddenly, but cleverly. Cut needs, base life on what matters, not income. That shift, small at first, changes everything. Trust in market gives way to trust in self. Exists with money, not under it. No one rule, a daily rebellion. Chosen, picking meaning over price. Each step heals, wakes, threatens sleeping systems. In the end, the non-chasing man, he's powerful. Not aimless, refocused, not behind on paths without fear. He guides himself, works with purpose beyond salary, values time over position, depth over show. So, unbribable by status, unbuoyable by comfort, unquietable by fear. Systems approval unnecessary, he's self-approved. Misunderstandings plenty, unmotivated, unrealistic, dangerous. Yes, dangerous to fear-driven culture, unhappiness selling worlds, keepers of smallness, yet make clear, not a story of rejection, but recovery, taking back soul from marketed markets, remembering freedom's true, simple, full form, not earned by burnout or debt. Worlds need not restless tycoons, fame-chasing stars, production boosts, but presence. Today calls for people beyond consumption, above systems. Ask, which parts of life have price, which forever free? Most important, who becomes without money's rule? That's the change. In almost total sellability, the unsellable is rarest, most essential, free.